If I were going to judge you or you or you by the guys you hang with, the guys you chill with, I think you're a retard. Bill Gates doesn't hang. Elon Musk doesn't hang. Warren Buffett doesn't chill. Henry Ford didn't chill. Steve Jobs, who I knew, didn't chill. I don't chill. Eagles fly alone. You hang out with monkeys, you become a circus. Most of you would be embarrassed to tell me who your 5 closest buddies are. You are who you hang around with. You're the product of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you go out to the pub and watch sports bars and they're farting and belching at the pub, you and your mates, that's where you're going to be in 20 years. Belching and farting with your mates. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. I don't have any friends. I've got 4 or 5 guys I've known 40, 50 years. We don't hang out. We don't go to the Super Bowl. We don't go to the World Cup. And we certainly don't go for beers watching sports in sports bars. We don't have time. Time is money. We can get money back, but we can't get time back. You're running out of runway. I've never seen a part-time high-performance person. Never. You equate making a lot of money with being high performance. That's not true. High performance is a way of life. It's not just making $1 million a year or $10 million a year. You know so little about high performance. High performance is how you treat your family, how you treat your kids, how you treat yourself, who you make accountable, how you keep yourself accountable. One of the things I start saying today is defaults. The reason why all these big time high performers come back to the seminar again and again is because defaults are mother. It's very lonely out there when you're the only one on the mother battlefield. The movie 300, when those guys get chewed up by the Persians, and then they kill the king Leonidas. But you're Leonidas, you don't have those 300 guys behind you. It's just you. Nobody's going to be there to help you. But that's not an excuse. It can't be an excuse because as a high performance person, it is lonely at the top. When you're the founder, the chairman, and or the CEO, or one of those titles, and you've taken one of these ideas, it will still be lonely. Self-esteem is the basis of all high performance. Self-esteem is built the first 7 years of life. You either have it or you don't. So what happens after you're 7? What the happened? Who are you around the first 7 years of life? Mommy, mostly. Sometimes daddy. Sometimes an older brother or a sister. And maybe a grandparent, right? What the hell do they know about building self-esteem? They don't know anything. If you want to build self-esteem, deal with people that have high self-esteem. You only have 2 times to make a first impression, right? 1, the way you look. And number 2, when you open your big mouth. So you can tear away your looks and your dress and you look professional and you open your mouth and you say something stupid. Self-esteem is what you really feel about yourself. Self-confidence is what you show others.
And self-belief?
Well, self-belief, these are all intertwined. Okay, if you really have self-belief, you have self-confidence and you have self-esteem. The self-belief is what it's all about. The world has become sophisticated. Political correctness reigns. And I'm here to tell you, in my humble opinion, there's nothing humble about me, that political correctness is a manifestation of lack of self-esteem. The world doesn't think much of itself, the people within the world, and that's why Gallup poll said in 2017 that 87% of the people on the planet are unhappy. I think it's higher than 87. With all the modern technology we have, and that's what everybody around doing this, they're still unhappy. 87%. What does that say about the 200,000 years that more or less we've been on this earth as humans? Not much. We're past it. 99.9% of over 7.5 billion people that are on the planet today are pleasers. You want to be liked. You don't want people to say bad things about you. People commit suicide because you're unliked, etc. on Facebook. If you want to be liked in life, you're going to have a hard time. You've been good to everybody in your life. You give them presents, you write them birthday cards and all this, right? How has it gotten you? How's your program worked out? It hasn't. You're still dirt poor. Or close to it. I've done none of the above. You're pleasers. Henry Ford, the first to please or no. Elon Musk, no. Bill Gates, no. Warren Buffett, I can go down the list. They all had one characteristic. They didn't care what you thought of them. You care about what people say about you. You care about what people think about you. What if you could accomplish in the world today if you weren't afraid of what people thought of you, said about you, whispered about you? What could you accomplish? A lot more than you've accomplished today. A lot more. Life expands and contracts with courage. When was the last courage type thing that you did in your lifetime? When was the last time you exhibited some courage? Some of you have to go back a long, long way. Some of you never. There are people in this audience that have never been spanked, never had a harsh word said to them by their parents, never got in a fight on the school grounds. I can't believe that. And you wonder why you are the way you are. Now, I'm not saying that being a high-performance person is beating the out of everybody, but it doesn't hurt. You're afraid. You're afraid of making a mistake. You're afraid of what everybody's going to think. You're afraid of looking stupid. And it's not what happens to us in life. It's how we react to what happens to us in life. That's the difference. But it's the action we take in spite of that fear that differentiates us. I got a D in public speaking in high school. I got an F in public speaking in university. F. But then I made over 200 speeches. You can't hurt my feelings, because growing up in the hood, my dad told me, he says, it's not what they say to you, Dan, it's how you interpret the words. And that's why I call you snowflakes.
What's a snowflake?
A snowflake is a kid, a guy or gal, mostly guys that melt under pressure. In 1986, the average man's handshake pressure was 118 pounds, 30-year-old man. 2016, 96 pounds. Testosterone levels in sperm counts tested 50 years ago, and today they're producing 60 to 70% the amount of testosterone levels in sperm counts as they did. We're dying out.
Why?
My snowflake test. We have 95.4% of everybody, many thousands and tens of thousands that have taken the test are cowards. First question on the test, paraphrasing it, what would you do if somebody spit in your wife's face? And the answers range from, well, I try to ascertain what kind of day he was having. And if he had a bad day, I try to be understanding. Are you me? I'd be in prison for murder. I would beat the guy to death.
Is that what we need today? Everybody?
No, I'm not saying that's me, though. I'm a product of my father, the greatest generation, World War II vets, greatest generation, who saved the world. And now we have you, your generation. What happened? We've gone from the greatest generation to the worst generation. What the has your generation done? How have you saved the world? How have you enhanced anything? Why? Because kids are not programmed for success. Because your parents weren't successful. Kids don't do what parents tell them to do. They do what they see their parents do. I still work 60, 70 hours a week, and I don't even consider it working, and I haven't had to work in 35 years. There are times for wisdom, there are times for love, but there are times for strength, which supersedes all. It's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. Most of you have not attained material wealth because you've stayed in your comfort zone. Every family has an aunt, an uncle, a grandfather that went out and lost a family fortune, right? Uncle Harry, crazy Harry, he lost 20,000, 50,000, a million, whatever the number is. Well, that resonates in you, in your blue pea brain. And then you hear another one. Your roommate in college, he's got an Uncle Harry. So pretty soon, the only input that you have is people losing their family fortune. That affects you. You then live within your comfort zone. You don't take risks. A turtle can only move forward when it sticks its head and its feet out. And when it sticks its head and its feet out, it's most vulnerable, right? Biggest risk. Most of you have lived a bubble wrap life. Most of you have been risk averse. People in general, they think that reading a book is taking action. They think listening to a podcast is taking action. They think a video or whatever it is taking action. No! That's procrastination. So you don't have to make a decision. So you don't have to pull the trigger. I mean, there's a big, huge difference. Take action. Just do it. Bye.